Hey guys, Savannah here. Today I'm going to tell you about my zero waste, more or less zero waste. Is it zero waste? I haven't even really thought about that part of it. No poo routine. This is kind of crooked, so that's why I was moving it when you showed up and readjusting, because I didn't do that before the video because I'm terrible. Also glares on my glasses, sorry. I have to be able to see, but I digress. So getting back to my no poo routine. What I do is simple, but it was a learning process because, most of us don't know. This is just not how we were raised. It's not what we were brought up, what we were taught to do as kids, which means that it was different, which means that it was a learning curve, like anything is. It's not a big deal. It's just that you don't know anything about it. So I had to do a lot of research. I have dandruff really bad, which is kind of embarrassing, but it's a genetic thing and there's not a cure for it. And so some people just have it and it sucks. If you don't have it, then take a moment and appreciate, what is the word? I was looking for a word, a specific word. Acknowledge, I don't know, whatever. Express gratitude for not having dandruff because it sucks and it's terrible. But anyway, so no poo routine. Since I have dandruff, there's a lot of prep that goes into beforehand, and it's just like breaking it all up. I hate talking about this. It's so gross, in my opinion. If you have it, it's not gross, okay? It's not. Own it. It's part of you, and it is beautiful just like everything else. But me, myself, I don't like it. So, I have a head massager that I use because you don't want to use your fingernails to break it up, because that can really scratch and damage your scalp, and that's just going to make things worse, and you don't want to do that. So I found that head massagers work pretty good and they feel great, so these are wonderful. And you can get those for like $1 when you can find them. I saw a lot around Christmas, but I haven't really seen any since. I also have a shampoo brush that, where's the camera? Over here. Okay, so shampoo brush, and these are silicone, so they're all like soft and pliable, and you just and you all over the place in little circles all over your head, and that'll help break things up too. I have really thick, long hair. So I have 3 different brushes and they all have purposes. And so this one is just your basic, regular plastic brush. I use that to comb out the tangles. It's kind of dirty, y'all. I've cleaned these once a week, but today is not that day and yesterday wasn't either. So the long bristles, just to, detangle your hair before you get in the shower, brush it before you get in the shower, because that's going to help, it's going to help clean it and get everything, all the flakes out, and it's going to keep it from getting tangled and breaking off when it's wet, because when your hair is wet, it's more fragile. Yeah, that's pretty much all that is. And then, so do that before the shower. Some people who do no poo, it's called scrunching or scrithing, or I don't do it. And I've only like read about it or heard about it a couple of times. But it's basically you take hair, and my hair's in a ponytail today, y'all. I wasn't planning on doing this specific video, but here we are. And so you start at the base of your hair, and you basically squeeze the awls to the links of your hair, okay? Because your scalp produces the awls, and then what you want is you want to get the awls down here. And I didn't even cover why you would want to do no poo. I just assumed that if you were here already, you knew why you would want to do it, and so we're just covering the how-to, particularly with dandruff. in this video. And I don't know, maybe I'll do a why one later. I don't know. I have a blog post that talks about how I decided to go no poo basically overnight and how that went and why and stuff. So that's probably all in there. If you're curious about the why you would want to go do no poo, there's a blog post. I'll link it below. Hopefully, if I remember, I should. So yeah, just look for it. Anyway, yeah. So that's before the shower. You want to do the scripting or whatever, but that takes a minute, especially if you have hair like mine that's thick and long, and that I can't imagine how long that would take. But I don't really need to, because I don't know, maybe my hair's not that greasy. I don't know. It used to be very greasy. Anyway, moving on. Focus. Get in the shower. And then I get in the shower, and then I do this thing again just to make sure I have everything really broken up. Plus it feels great, so why not? And then I do my shampoo bar, and I got this from Etsy. Riverstone Soaps is where I got this. You can find them on Etsy or on Instagram. They did not pay me or give me anything free or anything. I just use them and like them. So I do that, and what you do with the shampoo bar is just like using soap on your body or even shampoo on your hair. Like you wet it a little bit and you just kind of like scrub it around in there. I usually divide up my hair around the crown area and really get it in there, because your crown is where most of the oils and greases are going to accumulate and pop up. If you notice that you do, like if you do zero waste, and I don't know if you just pay attention at all. It might have done it before I stopped commercial shampoos. I didn't really pay attention to it too much then, so I can't really tell you. But most of the oils and the greasiness is actually like right here on the crown, which from a chakra standpoint makes sense, but that's not in this video. If you want to learn about chakras, go to earthandwater.co, which is my website. I have a lot of content on that also. No videos yet, I don't think. Maybe some really, really old ones, y'all, but those were taken, they were made like 3 or 4 years ago, and I'd honestly be embarrassed for you to watch them. But, so, we're in the shower, we did the soap, so like just rub it in there like you would the regular shampoo, and then use this again, handy dandy little shampoo brush to really like scrub it in there really good. And I don't worry about getting the shampoo bar down the lengths of my hair, because really, like, unless you get something sticky or something and it needs it, the up here at the scalp is really the only part that really needs any of that. Yeah, the down here kind of it pretty well takes care of itself mostly. But so that's that. And then I get out of the shower, and after it dries a little bit, like it's still damp and stuff, I have a dandruff leave-in conditioner. Okay, it didn't start out being for dandruff. It was a so side note, I have some friends that come over and we make things like this sometimes, because I don't know, we're just like that. We like to make our own things. And so they suggested doing a shampoo. Well, the recipe we found was actually a conditioner, and we started, we made it, and I was telling them about how I was fixing to have to quit my no poo routine because my dandruff was so bad, and it was so unmanageable that I was fixing to have to go back to my commercial shampoos, and my heart was broken over it, and I was having a really hard time. So we made this, and it was just, we were making it anyway, like, but my friend who had brought the recipe over and was making it, she was like, oh, it's supposed to be really good for dandruff too. And I was like, well, you know, that's great. We'll see, because I had tried so many things, and nothing really worked to the extent that I needed it to. Most home remedies for dandruff is just lots of washing, and no poo kinda is the opposite of that. No poo, a lot of the point of no poo not a lot of the point, half the point, anyway, whatever, is that you don't have to wash your hair every day or every other day like I was having to do when I was using commercial shampoo. And so I just hated doing it, you know, like I hadn't had a problem with my dandruff for like 6 months probably. Was it 6 months? Was it probably 6 months? It was like 4 months probably. I keep hitting the mic. I hope it's not like making noises. But anyway, I hadn't had any problem with my dandruff for like 4 months or something when I first started my no poo routine. And then all of a sudden I did a lot. Bad. Like bad. So I started throwing things at it, and for things to work natural remedy wise, most of them want you to do it at least every other or every 3 days. So you're washing your hair every like 3 days tops. And if you're going to do all that, then you might as well, because there are like a lot of health concerns and parabens and silicones, whatever, in commercial shampoos. So it is a good in-between to wash your hair all the time still and control your dandruff with those natural things. But anyway, so I started using this, and it was a learning curve because at first I was putting, it's a leave-in conditioner. So I was taking it and I would take the top off and fill the top up, and I would just use this amount, and I would just like, let me set this down, show you. I would do like this number all in my hair and stuff, and just kind of like, because there's aloe vera in it, so it's a little gel-like and not completely liquidy. So it's gonna sit on top of your hair until you push it in there a little bit, and it just wasn't ideal. I didn't like it. It was hard because for one, I couldn't see them in the shower, and for two, you keep this in the fridge, so it's freezing cold when you go to use it, and when you're in a hot shower and you do that and it freezes cold, it's just not fun. So what I found was, for one, if you take this and you sit it in the bottom of the shower while you're showering, it will warm up a little bit, so that won't be quite so bad. But what I do now is I take this big syringe, and I just had this like sitting around the house, and I do like a syringe full. We're gonna pretend I took some and put some in here, and then I strategically put it like all over my head, okay? Like where it would be particularly bad, and just all over my head. And it takes a couple of minutes to do, and make sure you get like the bottom. Oh, with the shampoo bar also, make sure you get like underneath and the bottom and stuff, because we're so accustomed just putting it on here and washing it out and being done with. But you'll get a lot of oils and greases up under your hair, and so you really want to make sure you get those. And but yeah, so after I towel my hair off a little bit, and I'm sorry if I'm just like all over the place seemingly, because I don't know how to tell a straight line story. That's why I'm a writer, not a speaker. But I have a blog post that has the recipe of how we make this, and so it's aloe vera, water, essential oils like rosemary and lavender, but we also use fresh herbs to make it. So you boil the fresh herbs, and then yeah, there's like a process, but it's not hard. It's not hard, I promise. Nothing I do is hard because I'm lazy and I hate to cook. And making things is basically cooking in a sense, like it's more or less the same. So I promise it's not hard. But I wrote the blog post before I discovered the method of just putting it in there, and this is a game changer because it is so much easier now. And so I towel my hair off, and then I part it and do my bangs like I'm supposed to, so they'll go the right way before that dries. And then I'll just go do that. And then I kind of like rub it in a little bit. Sometimes I take my handy dandy shampoo brush, I got this off Amazon too. And make sure you really get it in there. And that's it with the washing. That's it. So the aloe vera also might leave little pieces, like little pieces of aloe vera in your hair, but it's not bad. Especially if you're doing the syringe and not pouring it. Pouring it will leave a lot of pieces of aloe vera in your hair, and you'll be picking those out, which they come right out, but you will have to pick them out or brush them out, and that is a little irritating. But with the syringe method, it doesn't do that, and it's a lot better. But my other two brushes, because I told you earlier I had 3 brushes, and here is why. So my regular brush is for detangling and actually brushing my hair, because it's got the long, sturdy plastic bristles that my thick, long hair needs, because this is what happens when I brush my hair with not heavy duty brushes. It breaks all of them, seriously. But this is like a hybrid brush, and I still use it like it is, because, you know, hashtag zero waste and whatnot, and because I like it, you know, I like this brush, and even though the handle's gone, it still works all right. And but it's got plastic, like long plastic bristles, you see on the little pink ends attached to it, but it also has the boar hair bristles in there also. Okay, and what the boar hair bristle does, and if you watched my zero waste bathroom routine video, I do talk about how when you're in a more conscious lifestyle of zero waste or veganism or what's another one? Just ethical stuff, whatever is your path, your specific path, which a lot of us, they coincide and they overlap and stuff, but you're almost never gonna find a perfect checks all of the boxes solution. Okay, so when you're doing zero waste, a boar bristle brush is of the utmost importance, because the boar bristles are really good at getting the oils, collecting the oils at the top of your head, like at the base of your head, and distributing them down to the rest of your hair. Okay, boar bristles are really good at that. You can, and I don't know if, like, I did look for ethically sourced boar bristle brushes. I couldn't find any. They don't really, I don't know, I didn't like email companies and were like, did you ethically source these? I was just kind of like looking for those that advertised it. I couldn't find any, but that doesn't mean there's none out there. If you find one, let me know, please, so that I can like link to it so that people have a ethical option, because I would love to add that to the blog post and link it below the video and all that good stuff, so that people know where to find these things, because I couldn't find it. But yeah, they're really good at doing that. You can do what's the word? Wooden brushes, like with wooden bristles. I did not see any. I didn't really look a whole lot. Maybe I did. I don't know. It's been a long time. And this is just what was at Walmart locally. And you don't have to lecture me on Walmart either, okay? I spent a good chunk of maybe a year and a half, 2 years trying my best not to shop at Walmart, but it's kind of the only thing around here, and my husband was not interested in not shopping there at all, so, you know, factors and whatnot. Anyway, this is my other brush, and it is purely boar bristles, and I also got this at Walmart. And this boar bristles, my hair is so thick, it does not go in there, okay? It like brushes the surface of my hair, but it doesn't actually get in there and brush any knots out or anything like that. So, this one, so this is, this is my detangling, brush my hair brush. And then this is my get in there and bring the oils from my scalp to my tips brush, which you'll have to do. You'll find, like, if your hair starts looking greasy in between washes, because I wash my hair not quite once a week, it's more like once every 5 days, just because my dandruff, and I guess just the best I can do, kind of. And which isn't bad, you know, it's not bad. It's still annoying though, like 5 days, I'm like, wow, it's already here. But anyway, so kind of lost my train of thought. Yeah, in between washes, your hair will start to look a little greasy, and that's when the boar bristle brushes come in, and you do that, and you'll look like you just washed your hair, and it'll be fine. And then this one I use mostly on my bangs because it's little, and it just works really well on my bangs. And I might do it like on the surface a little bit, but like I said, purely boar bristle brush does not get into my hair and like do anything. So that's all I have right now. Yep. Yeah, it's not that hard. It can be done. You have to believe it can be done, and you will find a way for it to be done. And that's it. That's how my no poo hair care routine goes with dandruff. And I wish you all the best. I know it is terrible, and you are not alone. I am here with you, and we can figure it out together. It's really specific. I could go into more detail on how to find a no poo hair care routine that works for you, because there are a bunch of different ones out there. Baking soda and vinegar is not, or baking soda and apple cider vinegar is not a great choice, y'all. That will destroy the pH levels in your hair. Once every now and then, like, is okay to do like a deep cleanse or something, if that's like something that you want to do for some reason. But please do not put baking soda and apple cider vinegar on your hair on a regular basis. It will destroy the pH levels of your hair, which will cause breakage and damage galore, and it will devastate you, I promise. So don't do it. Don't do it. Get you a shampoo bar. That's what I recommend. Highly recommend. Especially if you're just starting out. But you're gonna have to play with it. When you're first starting out, everybody's hair is different. So do your research on a bunch of different, like, watch a bunch of different videos of no poo people talking about it, and then read some blog posts on no poo people talking about it, and experiment and figure out what works best for you. Because as with any lifestyle change, it is engulfed in learning about who you are and your body and what works best for you, because we're all different. And you know, self-actualization and whatnot. But I digress. Blog posts in the info below. Sign up to my detox course, which is minimalism on a mind, body, spirit level, and will help you explore other lifestyle changes that you can make for your benefit. And I'll link that below. And yeah, watch my other videos, like and subscribe, turn on the notifications, all that jazz, all that good stuff at earthandwater.co, at earth_water, across all platforms, Instagram and Twitter mostly. And before I talk for, gosh, 30 minutes, I will let you go. Bye.